and this vents, there's a fan in the back that blows heat out. You must never, never, never inhibit the flow of air in or out of these fans. Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. And I've just come back from my Alaska trip. I spent 3 months in Alaska, and I've had the Subaru for just slightly over a year now. And what I'm doing is I'm going around and updating you on all the products that I bought to use in the Subaru that have gone to Alaska with me, and to let you know how well they work and whether I still recommend them after a while. I have had this fridge a year and a half, and I bought it, once I bought the Subaru, I bought this because I needed a very small fridge that would fit in one exact place. Of course, this is a 12-volt compressor fridge. It draws at most 45 watts, and as I've watched it over the last year and a half, it's usually drawing around 30, 35, and it doesn't come on much. It stays cold really, really well. This particular brand is a BougeRV. I did buy this. I paid my money for this. I have purchased a lot of BougeRV products, and I have never bought one that I disliked. And it's to the point now when I go and buy something, the first thing I look for is a BougeRV because I'm completely satisfied with their products. So this is a 23-quart compressor, 12-volt compressor fridge. I've had it for a year and a half. It just spent 3 months with me in Alaska and driving around on really, really bad roads. I mean, I've driven on some terrible, terrible roads, and it's taken a beating, and it's run perfectly. It's very quiet. One of the biggest things you want to think about is how quiet are these. In my Subaru, I have no room. My head is no more than 2 feet away from the compressor on this thing. And so noise is a really, really big deal. And it's as quiet as any I've ever seen or owned. And it doesn't bother me at all sleeping really close to it. So noise is very good. It just sips power. Like I said, usually, you'll get a little bit of a surge when it comes on, or if you put it on fast mode where fast freeze, then it'll go up to maybe 40, 45 watts. Most of the times it's running around 30 watts. It comes on for very brief periods of time. I actually add extra insulation to it. I will show that to you here in a minute. You can see I still have the little piece of pink styrofoam insulation on the bottom. I will cover the rest of it as well. I'll show you that here before we're done. So it has just been excellent. It's just hiccup free. You plug it in and it runs, just as simple as that. And so it's extremely highly recommended. Right now on Amazon, it's $160, and it's very small. It's 23 quart. Now we're going into the holiday season, and then there's going to be Black Friday coming up. You can almost certainly get this really cheap. So just watch for sales. And of course, coming up soon, Black Friday. That's always the biggie. And so if you watch for that, I'm sure you can get it for less than $159. Extremely happy with it. It's worked for me really, really well. Let me give you a real quick view of how I insulate it. So what I use is this pink styrofoam. The technical name of this is EPS, extruded polystyrene, and they usually sell it in 2-inch chunks. And so if you put down a slab, you will lay this underneath the slab, pour the slab over it, and that will give you some pretty darn good insulation. This is about R5 per inch, which is quite good for styrofoam. And so if you have 2 inches under a slab, you've got R10, and that's really going to help you with your, usually your house or your garage or whatever you're building, keeping it warm. So this is about R5. I think that really, really helps. And I put it on as simple a way as possible because I'm a very simple person. I don't like complications in my life at all. And of course you have here the vents, because there's a fan that blows the heat out of the compressor. The compressor is right under here, and this vents, there's a fan in the back that blows heat out. You must never, never, never inhibit the flow of air in or out of these fans. You will destroy it. It'll get hot and it'll burn up and you'll lose it. So how do you buy this? Well, of course, the big 4x8 sheets of either 1 inch or 2 inch, you can get at Home Depot or Lowe's or anywhere. EPS is commonly available. You won't have any problem finding them. What Lowe's sells is a 2 foot by 2 foot handy panel, they call it, of EPS. And it could be a different color. It could be blue. And that's just a different manufacturer. So this one goes there. I have a small one that kind of is cut out for the handle here. It goes back here. And then, yeah, then it's just a bungee. I make this as super simple as possible. And now it's done. That was it. And you can see that now this just holds it on. And you want to make sure that stays off of the exit. And all three, there's three of them. I do not put one up here because the compressor's under here, and I want this whole side to let heat escape. So I don't want to put insulation on this side. I tried gluing this down with super glue, and it worked for a while, then it came off, so I wouldn't. You can try it if you want. Styrofoam needs the special glue, and I didn't buy the special glue. And so this just sits here. But I think it helps, because this is an extra R5. These are 1 inch, and so that's giving me an extra 5 on these sides, and it didn't cost much, and I think it helps. Okay, now let me give you the dimensions of this, because I bought this to fit a very, very specific place in my vehicle, because I've been in cars. I needed a tiny fridge. From there to there's 22.5 inches, and across 13 wide across, 12.5. So those are the dimensions. The inside, the cross is 9 3/4, height is 9 3/4, and width inside is 13 3/4. So there are your dimensions. It does have an excellent seal. I've owned some of these which were just had crap seals. This has an excellent seal. When you close it and it's running, you can feel it break the suction. Oh man, I can feel it grabbing. This almost must be magnetic. I don't know how it does that. It really holds. Seals super well. Now this is pretty thin, which is why I put the insulation on top and a blanket and a pillow on top of that. And that's doing the good job, I think. So let me show you how it fits in my Subaru. So folks, I've moved on to the inside. I've put it back in. This is where it lives in the car. Of course, here's the driver's seat. And directly behind the driver's seat, I have the BougeRV 23 quart, $160 fridge. And here you'll see right beside it is my microwave. Over my 3-month trip to Alaska, I bet I cooked 90% of my meals in the microwave. I just like microwave cooking, storage, and then it swings around behind. And, you know, I'm not showing you the car. I'm just showing you how it fits in here. On here would be my bed, and this goes under this is my Bluetti 2000 Elite 2000 V2, which runs this without any slightest bit of effort. Highly, highly recommend this. Usually it lives, when I'm living in the car, it lives up underneath in the passenger seat. If you are looking for a small fridge for an RV, I very, very highly recommend this. And of course, BougeRV makes them in all sizes, up to really big. And so if you need a bigger one, just go and buy one of their bigger ones. I have been so happy with all BougeRV products that I've ever owned or bought that I can completely recommend them all to you. So if you got anything out of this video, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button. You know, if you give me a like or a thank you and a thumbs up, that will be really helpful to me, and I would appreciate it. And I'll talk to you on the next video. Be well, my friends.